Hi, my name is David Martin. I'm one of the founders of Execution 360, and joining me today is my co-founder, Rick Martin. We wanted to thank you for your interest in Execution 360, and we look forward to sharing with you how we are solving the problem faced by many small to mid-sized enterprises. And that is the fact that 90% fail to reach their strategic goals. According to Harvard Business School research, the failure rate is tied to the gap that exists between planning and execution. In our solution, we bridge that gap. We work with organizations that range from having elaborate strategic plans to those where the strategic vision resides solely in the minds of management, and everything in between. Regardless of the state of your strategic plan, our solution enables management to clearly define, measure, and adjust so that they can consistently execute their strategic vision. And because we utilize a 100% done-for-you service model, getting started, updating, and maintaining the plan is efficient and stress-free. As a result, our clients are significantly increasing their likelihood of achieving their critical short and long-term goals, hitting milestones and KPIs, lowering their operating costs, freeing up valuable executive time, simplifying the decision-making process, creating alignment and accountability throughout the enterprise, all of which delivers an enhanced ROI. Our solution provides management teams with the actionable intelligence needed to not only establish a real-time, interactive, and adaptive strategic plan, but also to be able to execute with impact. Incredibly, in a dynamic age, one of the most essential documents a business relies on to articulate and achieve their vision is not terribly different than that of a classic roadmap. There is a reason why we choose to use GPS today. There is a power and assurance that comes from knowing that it can recalibrate in real time should you take an unplanned detour, encounter roadblocks, traffic, and/or accidents. The fact is, the GPS is designed to consistently provide you with the best route to get you to your destination. And that is exactly what Execution 360 does. Because there hasn't been a good alternative up until now, most small to mid-sized enterprises are still relying on the roadmap as the best method to navigate them to their desired result. And in doing so, they have little to no visibility, no accountability. It's hard for them to adjust and align to the reality of those daily fires. And as a result, execution suffers, which directly leads to opportunity being left on the table. And no one wants to leave opportunity on the table. Rick will now introduce you to the platform and show you just how we do it.
Thank you, David, for reviewing the challenges that most SMBs face and how to overcome that 90% failure rate. Now let's look at how Execution 360 closes that strategy to execution gap. As David shared with you, we have a mixture between technology and a 100% done-for-you service model, which takes our client strategy in whatever form that it is and makes it visible and adaptable and gets our clients up and running quickly. So let's start with the technology and the 4 key tenets that it's built upon. Number 1, the business needs to be able to see and clearly define how it works, both at a high level and through its own key metrics and KPIs. And then inside of that, it needs to know how is it performing? How is it trending against its own expectations? 2, it of course needs to know its vision, but then which short and long-term goals will achieve it? And are we on track? And then drill down into the objectives that will achieve those goals and show how they are performing. 3, the business intelligence needs to leverage all of the data and provide visibility on the organization's trends. Is it trending to achieve its goals? And if not, why? Which objectives are failing? Or is it trending to achieve its objectives? And if not, why? Which metrics are now high value and need additional focus? And 4, all of that strategy needs to be connected to the other side, the plan, the projects, the tactics, the who, the what, the when, the status. All of those forces are critical so there's complete visibility, accountability, and transparency on how the plan is impacting the strategy so it can be adjusted and then realigned in real time. And all of this has to integrate together. That's what allows for the adjustment on the fly. But most importantly, it's got to be simple and it's got to be used. And that simple and used part is where our 100% done for you service comes in. Because here's an example of the startup process that many of our clients go through when they have that typical static plan that we so often see. Because as we discussed, these are just words on a page, and they're really hard to adjust in real time. So within a few phone calls, we're able to take all of this information, the vision, the strengths, the weaknesses, the goals, the objectives, get them set up so management is off and running and the team is executing. And while the plan gets created quickly, it's this next part that really drives the most value long term. The co-pilot now continues to work with our clients on a periodic basis, often 2 times a month, to keep the plan up to date. They ask the right questions. They make sure we're adapting. They make sure we're realigning in real time. And the process often looks like this. As a co-pilot session begins, we start off looking at the organization and how it's performing, its key metrics, which are trending up and which are trending down. From there, we'll look now at the goals. How are they performing? And in this case, we can see that one of the goals, the 3 times growth by 2023, is red, and that indicates a problem. And now we know if we continue on this path, we're not going to achieve the goal. And if we click on it now, we can see more information. It's driven by 4 key objectives, 2 of which are critical, 2 of which are high importance. We also can see all the metrics that affect that goal. Now, as we drill down into one of those critical objectives, the one that says to improve the channel ROI, we now know the exact metrics that are causing this objective to underperform. And it's immediately clear that the cause of the problem lies within the sales process. So now what? Now we connect strategy to action, because we can see on the screen that this objective is impacted by 3 projects. Now the co-pilot asks the question, are these the right projects to fix the problem, or does something else need to be done to get us back on track to complete this objective? Because far too often, over time, the tactics and the team that get disconnected from the organization is really trying to achieve. Now, the difference that you've just seen here with Execution 360 is how easy it is to adjust the strategy to the changing landscape. That allows you to realign the team members to the plan in real time. And in a 1-hour call, we've now saved countless hours that we would have wasted by not knowing that we were going to miss a key objective, or by not adjusting to solve a real problem. So while we were executing, we were checking progress on strategy. And while we were checking progress on strategy, we were executing, keeping the organization on track to achieving that critical vision, what we call delivering results through intelligent execution. Thank you very much for your time.